Hello, welcome along. Jeremy Jones with me again to choose another player to join Team USA for the Party Poker Mosconi Cup. 3 down, 2 to go. It's getting to big decision time. Jeremy, how's it feeling over there?
It's feeling pretty good. Of course, some good stress, but that's to be expected. It could be stress on the other way, where we're a little bit up in the air, or up in arms, you might say, about things. But feeling pretty confident on this side, Nick.
And just give us a little bit of an update on the training camps you've been doing with Joey and the guys.
Well, it's been real good. We had them all in pretty much individually. A couple of the guys overlapped each other for a day or so. Each guy did really well. Of course, expected a few struggles at times, just because they were taking in some information and processing that. But really did really well. I think we got them heading in the right direction. Just kind of trying to get the best out of them. Not really, like I said before, not trying to recreate the wheel, reinvent the wheel, or anything like that. Just trying to get the best out of all these guys.
Well, your 2 picks so far, no surprises, Shane Van Boning and Skylar Woodward. Is it getting a little bit more difficult now, though, that those 2 guys are in the team and you've got 2 more spots for the 4 guys?
Well, yeah, absolutely, and that was expected as well. Of course, with Justin getting picked first, recognizing those rankings, and then you got 2 guys that we named them wild cards, but certainly it would have been only wild if they weren't on the team, and then we got a 4th pick coming, of course, here in just a few minutes. But yeah, I mean, it's expected to get more difficult. But it's a difficult thing now, looking for, something that's not so difficult coming December, meaning a team that flows together, a team that really brings out the best in each other.
Again, without mentioning any names, we do this every week. You'll drop the name for us in a moment. But the things you mentioned there about bringing the team together, I feel like this is what this player is perhaps a big part of Team USA for.
Yeah, and when we announce his name, it'll be kind of obvious. This player right here, I'll be completely frank that, I was hoping had a good performance with the training, along with the 2020 that he had started the year at, which was some big victories and looking like it was probably going to be his best year, just like every other year has gotten better and better. He's a guy that brings a lot of personality. Plus, he's probably the one guy without having to remind him he's ready for that match. And the strongest part about it is, Nick, is even if he comes off a tough loss, he's ready to get back out there. So, pretty much just a huge heart and a hell of a player.
So come on, Jeremy, tell us, who is the 4th player to join Team USA?
Well, Ohio's own Billy Thorpe. I'm not sure exactly what number that is for his Mosconi. I believe it'll be his 4th. Is that correct? Been with him the last 2 years and seen him mature. And like I said before, he's a guy that's always looking to play that big match. So I'm happy to have him on the team.
Table, bank shot, combat.
Has he made the 9 ball? He has, Trick shot.
And you see some emotion.
5-3 the final. And now 9-7 in the race to 11 for the 26th.
Billy Thorpe joins Team USA and he joins us now live from Ohio. Billy, you were just telling us pick number 4, and 4's your favourite number.
Yeah, 4 is my favorite number. I've been number 4 ever since I was a little kid playing football here in America, and still my favorite number to this day. So couldn't have been a better number chosen for me.
And of course, Jeremy was saying in his piece just a moment ago, you were looking for a big 2020, but when all the tournaments stopped, that must have been quite frustrating. So it must be nice for you now to have the Mosconi Cup to look forward to.
Oh yeah, for sure. It sucks the way everything went down, but you know, at least we got the most biggest tournament that we all drive for every single year, Mosconi Cup. So I'm super stoked and just so excited to come out there and compete again. I can't wait.
Of course, 2 years ago in London, USA finally won the Mosconi Cup after a long drought. Last year you got the repeat. This year it's all about the three-peat. Are you confident?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, man. I really am, especially, you know, with us 4 on the team so far. I feel like all of us click well, all click together pretty well, and we all are on top of our game for sure, even though it's been a little bit of a rough year of playing or whatever. But I know we're all going to be well prepared and gonna three-peat for sure.
How important do you think that is, Billy, the bond that you guys who are on the team have together now?
Oh, I feel like it's huge because, it doesn't matter if you have world champions on your team or not, you know. It matters how well you guys, actually feed off each other and can help each other and get the win, you know.
And Jeremy, just to go back to you, we talk about the team dynamic there. It feels like one of the big things that Team USA have done right for the last few years is that team dynamic that Europe have always had so well for the last decade.
Absolutely, you know, all the guys, they get a little piece of each other at times. You know, Shane is that guy that keeps everybody accountable and that hard work ethic. Skylar keeps that, you know, fun flowing. Justin Bergman, he's just kind of like, you don't hear a whole lot, but when he says something, you pay attention to what he's saying. And then Billy, of course, who has, you might be the spirit out of the 4 guys. But, you know, like I said earlier, I think the one thing Billy does real well that, you know, bleeds off into the rest of the guys is, like I said, he might come off a loss, but, you know, ready to leave that behind because, you know, you're dealing with professionals, and if on paper a couple guys are percentage points less or more, doesn't really matter. It's all about, you know, where you're at mentally and getting back after that race to 5, you know, so.
And Billy, you mentioned a moment ago about having world champions on the team, but there needs to be so much more than that. Well, Europe certainly have some world champions. It's an intimidating looking team they're putting together over there.
Nah, I think it's just going to make us play even better. So the more world champions they got, the better for us, I feel. I feel like we're going to come out there strong, and I think we're going to three-peat for sure, especially with how solid we've all been playing recently and past couple of years. So I'm excited.
Jeremy, I'm sure that's the confidence you like to hear as the captain as well, but a word from you on Team Europe, because they are putting together a strong team. Do you feel your team are ready for that fight though?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the last thing in question. If we're ready to get in the box, you know, to get in the grease, you might call it, get dirty, whatever, you know what I mean? Just kind of whatever mentally it takes, whether it be a regrouping, hey, a little talking to, whatever. They're willing to listen, and then even more so willing to perform.
And Jeremy, just one more player to choose now. We'll find that player out actually just next week. Tell us about this decision then, because it's going to be a tough one for you. You've got 3 guys you've been working with and only 1 spot left, which means 2 guys have to miss out. How hard is that going to be?
Well, it just goes back to what I said about Billy. You know, of course, a certain dynamic that Billy brings, I was hoping that he performed well. I'll be frank about that. I think we need that piece. But, you know, if he didn't perform well, it's just like these other guys. There have been 4 guys looking for 2 spots. But now it's really 3 guys, and all of them, just like Billy, performed really well in the training. It's going to be a difficult decision. You know, I would never say we could just pull one out of the hat, because you can't do that. You got to go with your gut if it comes down to a tough decision. But, yeah, it's not going to be easy. And no matter what happens, I know the guys are going to be pulling for each other and keep working. And a second ago, I didn't really address your question. The Europeans are certainly putting together a strong team, and we wouldn't want anything else, to be honest with you, as Team USA.
Well, Billy, before we go, I'll leave the last word for you on Team Europe. Have you got a little message for the Europeans?
Oh, we're going to be ready for you boys. Don't worry. We are definitely going to be ready. Me and Skylar's growing out the mullet for you guys. We're going to be flapping that in the wind as soon as we get a W. We're ready to go.
Well, Billy, we can't wait to welcome you to London. Congratulations again on making the team. Jeremy, we'll see you next week for that real big decision. The 5th spot is up for grabs on Team USA. We'll see you soon.
Get it all, we gon' get it all. Got the vision in our scopes, gonna stumble, gonna fall. Can't give up is what we made for, try again and we gon' ball.